Cause you're an emotional fucking cripple. Your soul is dog shit. Every single fucking thing about you is ugly.
Look, before we go any further, you and I need to talk. Have you ever noticed that nobody really ever fucking talks anymore? Actually, that's kind of what I need to talk to you about. There are some things I think you need to hear, and I should warn you, this isn't going to be easy. The truth is, turning your attention outward and speaking truth to power is extremely important. But you aren't going to make a better fucking world or even a better life for yourself without becoming a better person. Real change comes from within, and right now you're simply too fucking stupid to pull that off, my friend. Actually, stupid isn't fair. The real truth is that you are ignorant, you are distracted, and you are afraid. You are ignorant because your head has been filled with obfuscations, propaganda, and outright lies. You are distracted because your heart has been filled with ravenous desire, overpowering loneliness, and consuming hate. Finally, you are afraid because despite your outward projections of confidence, deep down inside you have absolutely no goddamn clue what's real, what's true, and what the fuck happens next. Your brain has been on sensory overload for most of your life, and at this point you've absorbed so many contradictory ideas that it's a miracle you haven't dashed your fucking cranium against a rock just to make the throbbing stop. Please hear me out, because I mean you no offense by the things I've just said. I say them not to hurt you, but because they are true, and because you need to hear them, just as I needed to hear them before I could bring this message to you. Right now, you aren't a rational animal, and frankly, who the fuck could really blame you? From the moment you became aware of the world around you, you've been suckled on desire, and when desire didn't appease the terrible gnawing inside, you were encouraged to feast on hate. You've been raised on garbage, surrounded by filth, taught to self-immolate for the benefit of others, and now society is supposed to be shocked that you're an unhappy emotional cripple who lacks the capacity for critical thought? Motherfucker, please, hypocritical much? No, you didn't come to this by circumstance. You've been purposely reduced to this bestial state by those who would take your money and control your actions. And I don't mean the New World Order you have with. I'm talking about department stores, beer companies, and Madison Avenue. I'm talking about politicians, spokesmen, and activists. I'm talking about religious leaders, random fanatics on the internet, and even your local fucking pastor. I'm talking about your teachers, your neighbors, and even your parents, for fuck's sakes. It started early. Since birth, you've been bombarded by messages that encourage you to feel rather than think. You've been told to stop crying for mommy, to obey your elders, and you've been assured that father knows best. You've learned that it's dangerous to talk to strangers, that children should be seen, not heard, and that under my roof, it's my rules. You've been taught to pledge allegiance to a flag, that you live in a free country, and that America is the greatest nation on earth. You've been assured that yours is the one God under heaven, he's on your side, and that child molester at the front of the congregation can help you stay in his good graces. You've been implored to stay in school, to say no to drugs and rock the vote, for which you'll have to support your political party, vote with your heart, and hope for change you can believe in. This is important because you want a kinder, gentler America, and to get it, you'll have to ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country, which of course means putting people first. It almost goes without saying that to accomplish this, you'll have to work smarter, not harder, save your money, and go with the flow. How the hell else can you find true love, finance your first-time mortgage, or save for your retirement with Freedom 55? Don't worry though, because along the way you'll find solutions for a smart planet, so that you can have it your way, if you just do it. Actually, it's so easy a caveman could do it. You'll get a money-back guarantee and make no payments until next year. Frankly, you'll just have to get with the program, be a team player, and think with your heart, because it's all about the Benjamins. There's panic on Wall Street, and greed is good. No cash, bad credit, no problem. The right relationship is everything, and there is no tomorrow. Do I really need to keep going? You need to act because they hate our freedom, and there's things we can do right now to restore faith and trust in our institutions. I could go on like this all day. After all, you only live once, diamonds are forever, and if guns are outlawed, only outlaws will have guns. Have I made my case, counselor? Are you starting to see just how many of the voices in your life would rather you remain a slave to your desires and emotions? Can you begin to comprehend the sheer fucking magnitude of what I'm talking about now? Good, because that's the bad news, and I'm sorry to say it's pretty damn grim. Unless you're prepared to run as far away from human settlements as possible and purposely block out transmissions from the outside world, you're pretty much stuck inside this omnipresent bombardment of shit. Are you ready for the good news? The good news is that no matter how often or how earnestly you've been encouraged to unleash the beast, You are in fact still a goddamn human being. You are not a dumb animal. You are capable of rational thought, and yes, you do have a fucking choice. You are simply living in a prison made of money, desire, fear, and hatred. Like any other prisoner facing unspeakable mental torture, you need to block out the lies and insanity around you, think for yourself, and grab hold of what you know to be right and true for dear life. In every social situation, in every conversation, and every time you're exposed to public media, you need to stop and ask yourself, what is really going on here? What message am I being given? By whom and for what purpose? What action am I being motivated to take, and is that action really good for me or even something I want to do? Am I being informed for the purposes of making up my own mind, or am I experiencing a direct appeal to my emotions and being asked to trust someone or something else? Am I being told to obey, comply, or follow? And if so, do I actually want to do so? Am I being told who to trust, who to love, or who to hate? Does what I'm being told actually matter to me on a rational level, or am I simply listening because I've been trained to respond to loud noises, evocative music, and public figures speaking to me in extremely passionate tones? Hey kid, I never said it would be easy. In a world made from bullshit, it takes a tremendous amount of emotional fortitude and a fuck ton of mental energy to keep clean. There are no shortcuts here, because as soon as you decide it's not worth the effort to learn and decide for yourself, you've surrendered what it means to be human. You've spent your life forming an addiction to consumer goods, catchy slogans, and base, self-destructive emotions. Breaking that dependency will not be easy. You'll have doubts, you'll feel lonely, and people around you will do everything in their power to push you back into your box. They'll call you arrogant, self-important, and uppity. They'll suggest that you've changed, that you don't know how to just enjoy life anymore, and that you're starting to scare them. You'll be called a hippie, a radical, a fascist, an elitist, an activist, a loner, a communist, and a nut, sometimes by the same people during the same conversations. A person who thinks for themselves and can't be classified with a few bullshit ideological phrases is more dangerous to Western society than any terrorist, spree killer, or political activist. In a world of braying asses demanding that you take a side, there's simply no fucking room for a nuanced opinion. You're gonna scare the holy shit out of anyone who still buys into the prison of hunger, passion, and fear. Even your friends and family may turn against you, because just by exercising your intellect, critical thinking skills, and free will, you will exist as an open reminder that they do not or cannot do so themselves. You will remind them that deep down inside they are unhappy, and in turn, they may blame you for this unhappiness. This is why you will need to keep those you love and can truly trust as your closest and only confidants. They are a valued source of information, advice, and genuine love in a world where virtually every motherfucker has got his hand in your pocket or down your pants. These are the people you can really talk with, those who will judge you for who you are and what you do rather than who society says you should be. They won't love you unconditionally, but instead demand the best version of you. They won't let you lie to yourself, but neither will they use emotional arguments to smother your ideas. You may be alone right now, but you aren't alone in the bigger picture. People who think like you're starting to think right now are out there. You found one when you clicked on this video. A word of warning, however. Don't be surprised if these people aren't actually your family. Just remember, you didn't pick the environment you were born into, and any butt-demon asshole can make a baby. The survival of our species depends on it. Real family is where you find it, and you aren't destined to die alone just because your dice came up shitty and your blood relations are a blight on the species. Listen, if you only take one goddamn thing from this entire fucking video, please make it the importance to take a moment, calm down, and think for yourself for fuck's sakes. Think often, liberally, at every opportunity, and before you decide to feel or do anything. You'll become a better listener, you'll learn more, and even though you don't believe me right now, you'll be happier. Buck up, Sparky. I know you can do it. After all, you are the smartest motherfucking animal in the history of all creation. You've been listening to Everyone Is Wrong But Me, Episode 3 of Zoo Story. And if you're still here and you haven't subscribed to my channel by now, I bet you're the kind of guy who would fuck a person in the ass and not even have the goddamn common courtesy to give him a reach around. I still want your subscription though, so just click on the fucking button already. Ciao!